What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Like and subscribe, or I'll take your lunch money. Swimming pools are awesome. There's nothing better than doing a sick cannonball on a hot summer day. But it turns out that there are some straight-up terrifying pools out there. You couldn't pay me to swim in these. Hang around until the end to see a pool that absolutely should be shut down. When I think about mountains, you know what I don't picture? Swimming. No one should be swimming on the side of a mountain. Well, the designers of this pool in Switzerland disagree, I guess, because they went ahead and built this heated pool in the Swiss Alps. I guess this way you don't have to choose between a winter and summer vacation, because they've got it all in one place. Since they've gone this far, should they go ahead and build a ramp that lets you snowboard into the pool? Why not? I'd hate to be here in the middle of an avalanche, though. You know you're in a bad spot when you've got to choose between drowning and being crushed by snow. Are you afraid of heights? Even if you're not, this pool will still freak you out. This 500-foot-high monster pool hangs out over the edge of a building, so if you look down, you can see the street below you. I don't care how strong that glass is, I'm not going anywhere near this thing. This video is making my palms sweat, so I think I'll go cool off in the kiddie pool. That's more my speed. This is the kind of pool that belongs in a supervillain's secret base. I could definitely see some evil dude in a turtleneck talking to his henchman next to this thing. If you're gonna take a plunge here, you might want to bring a parachute just in case. These are some scary pools, but they're nothing compared to what's next. Why are people obsessed with putting pools where they don't belong? Here's another sky-high pool that looks like it's just one slip-up from disaster. Listen, you don't need to be on top of a roof to enjoy a pool. Just put it in the ground like a normal person. I don't see any reason why you need to combine water and ridiculous heights. Imagine falling off of a skyscraper because a game of Marco Polo went horribly wrong. That's one unique way to ruin a trip. At least if you die that way, no one else will have a tombstone quite like yours. Honestly, I'm not so sure that's a good goal to have, though. Oh, look, another group of evildoers decided to build a glass-bottom pool way up in the air. When I'm on vacation, I'm trying to chill and relax, not get an anxiety attack every time I try to swim. If you need thrills, just go jump out of a plane. It's way more simple than this. Plus, at least then you're actually trying to hit the ground, not just float above it while you're wearing arm floaties. Here's a tip. If your pool is higher than a flock of geese, you've gone too far. If an airplane flies by and you can make eye contact with the pilot, you've definitely gone too far. Basically, if your pool is not on the ground, you should just rethink your whole strategy. Have you ever wanted to know what it feels like to be a zebra drinking from a pool while trying to avoid being eaten by lions? Well, I've got just the thing. This resort has a pool that allows guests to swim with all kinds of wild animals, including actual, real-life, wild lions. This is such a bad idea. Humans started building shelters to get away from man-eating monsters, and now they want you to go hang out at the pool with them. No thanks. Not happening. I actually really enjoy having my arms, legs, and face intact. Crazy, I know. I bet Joe Exotic would love it here, though. And if Joe Exotic is a fan of something, that's usually not a good sign. You ready for more horrifying pools? We've got even crazier ones coming up. This next pool looks like the aftermath of a slasher movie. Swimming in this blood-red pool is probably every serial killer's dream. This thing is creepy, man. Especially at night, when it looks like all the other guests have been made into human sacrifices or something. The pool gets the red color from the colorful tiles at the bottom, but knowing that doesn't make it seem any less eerie to me. This looks like the kind of place where you try to summon a demon or something. I'm good. I've never wanted to star in a horror movie anyways. Plus, if you're in Thailand, why are you not at the beach? Some people are just bad at taking trips, I swear. People have designed some pretty intense pools, but nature has formed some natural pools that make those look like child's play. This natural pool sits right at the edge of a massive waterfall that gives me a heart attack every time I look at it. People travel from all over the world to hang out here and literally live on the edge. The only thing that keeps people from spilling over the falls is an underwater rock wall. If that wall breaks while you're going for a dip, good luck. Actually, luck won't do you any good when you're going skydiving without a parachute. Swimming with sharks is a bad idea in my book. I'm not really trying to live out a scene from Jaws in real life. Swimming in a pool right next to a shark tank is slightly better, but still terrifying. You can pretty much do anything you want in Vegas, including swimming right up next to a shark tank with only a little bit of glass between you. Just make sure no one is throwing rocks around you if you're gonna go swimming here. Getting turned into some shark's lunch isn't my idea of a good time. If that is your idea of a good time, please get help for your broken brain. Next up, we have a pool that is sure to give you nightmares. The Nemo 33 pool is the deepest indoor pool in the world, and it also has a bunch of built-in caves for divers to practice in. This thing looks absolutely terrifying. It's like a giant underwater labyrinth where scientists are breeding fish people or something. Diving is cool, but I'd rather not swim into a dark abyss that's built like a maze. Honestly, whoever thought of this needs to think about their life choices and how they ended up at this point. One good part about the pool is that it's heated. That way you'll at least be comfortable when the fish people drag you down to your watery grave. This stuff is crazy, right? Well, it's about to get even worse. On the surface, this pool looks amazing. It's situated to give you the perfect view of the landscape around you, but once you look over the edge, you might have trouble keeping your lunch down. This thing is built on the side of a massive hill, and if you go over the edge, it's definitely game over.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
At least you'll be able to appreciate the great views on your way down. Actually, you'll probably be too busy screaming. Yeah, there's really no upside to falling out of this insane infinity pool. Sorry, some clouds just don't have silver linings. Exploring the exclusion zone around Chernobyl is risky business. First of all, it's illegal and also super dangerous. There's still a ton of radiation in the area, and wild animals are everywhere. One of the creepiest parts of this zone is this abandoned pool. This thing looks like something straight out of The Walking Dead. Empty pools are weird anyways, even if they're not in the middle of a wasteland. This is definitely not making my list of places to take a vacation. I'd rather not grow a third arm. Actually, now that I think about it, having an extra arm might be dope. I could finally use the N64 controller like it was designed for. Wave pools are the worst. These giant waves of water slam down with a ton of force. And I'm not trying to get thrashed around like a leaf in the wind when I go to the water park. This thing just keeps pumping out tsunami-sized waves over and over. Plus, the water gets recycled, so you're basically getting repeatedly slapped in the face with a bunch of pee mixed with chlorine. Honestly, just go swimming during a hurricane if you want a real thrill ride. I bet you'll even have the beach all to yourself since there aren't that many people crazy enough to try it, even in Florida. Alright guys, we're about to dive into the scariest pools yet. These are going to blow your mind. Okay, I'm getting sick of these pools that are taller than Godzilla. Speaking of which, this would definitely be the worst place possible to be if Godzilla attacked. One swipe of his tail and you'll be going for a bungee jump without a rope. That's how you need to plan your vacation. Always pick a spot where you'll be safe from 20-story tall monsters. I recommend a nice trip to a nuclear bunker. Nothing says relaxing like eating beans out of a can while you're huddled up underground. Have you ever thought about what it would be like to go diving on an alien planet? The Homestead Crater is probably the closest you're gonna get, unless you're Elon Musk. And if you are Elon Musk, can I have a Tesla, please? This gigantic crater in Utah is a super hot spot for divers from all over the world. But I'm not going near it. This looks like a prime spot for some prehistoric beasts to rise up from a deep slumber and start eating people. You know where you want to be when that happens? That's right, eating beans in a nuclear bunker. You're welcome.